All right. Welcome, everybody. This is It's iBUGS Live for January 22nd, 2026. Happy New Year. We're glad that you're here. We just have a few housekeeping matters to take care of. Announcements as far as events coming up. Tomorrow, we have iBUG Night at the Virtual Movies. We're going to be watching one battle after another. There is a little buzz about that movie possibly being up for our best picture. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio and all kinds of cool people. So it's a long movie, about 2 hours and, if I remember, 46 minutes. So naps are recommended. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. All times are Central. And then we have social time before that. And then what is there? Social discussion and trivia after that. That's the movie tomorrow, one battle after another. Then, what do we have? Saturday is iBUG Apple Workshop from 2 to 4. And all these events are on Zoom, the same line that we're on right now. So that makes it easy. And this Saturday's event is our special annual show and tell edition. So you never know what we're going to be seeing. We have a pretty broad range. You get keyboards, power banks, headphones and smart glasses, and who knows what we'll find. So we're very lucky that different people are willing to share their different gadgets that they have with the group. So please join us for that. It's always a lot of fun. Never know what we're going to see. And then next week we start the whole rotation over again. Monday night is our iPhone training, iBUG Buzz from 7 to 9. Then after that is the After Buzz, social time. And then Tuesday is Mini Buzz. Wednesday is we're off. Thursday is nothing. I don't
Trekkie
think.
Talk.
Is it Trekkie Talk? Oh, okay. I've got to get
No, wait a minute. Not until February 5th. I'm sorry.
So. Yeah. Okay. All right. Because it's a weird week. All right. And then back again on Friday for another movie. All right, guys. So we're going to hand it over. So we have a quick little icebreaker.
Change the channel. What do you want?
And hold on. We got something open here. All right, remember, guys, stay on mute. And we have our regular. We don't use raise hand feature here. We wait to say your name and then wait for George to recognize you. So as we get started, as we like to do with all of our calls, we'd like to have an icebreaker. So tonight you're going to say who you are, where you're from. If you're here for the first time, let us know that. And then the question for tonight is, where or what is your favorite grocery store? All right, let's go. I'll get started. This is Sandhya from Houston, and I like HEB. Okay, let's go. Who else?
Bridget from Atlanta, Walmart.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Dawn Kale, and I like Aldi.
Aldi's, and you're a first-time caller. How'd you hear about us?
I heard about you from Jody, actually, at the Center for the Blind Support Group.
All right. Thank you. And thank you, Jody. All right. Welcome. Okay, let's
Hi,
keep
Dawn.
going.
Hi, Jody.
Keep going.
Jody in New Hampshire, and I just switched to a local regional store called Hannaford's.
All right. Thank you. Sounds very New England. Okay, let's go. Next.
Sharon from New York, Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Thank you. Thank you.
Molly from Kansas City, Aldi.
First timer?
First timer.
How'd you get here?
Oh, the Whole Person in Kansas City, Missouri.
What? What is
It's called the Whole Person, Kansas City, Missouri.
Is it like a support group or something? Or
yeah, it's
wow.
It's a great organization. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, please let them please extend our
Hello.
thank you to them. So
I will do that.
Here. All right.
Thank you.
Let's go next.
Ray Reno,
Hey,
Walmart.
Ray. Well, okay, welcome. Thank you. All right. Who else?
Lena.
Robert Chandler, Whole Foods.
All right. Thank you, Robert. Okay. And who else? And I hear Lena. Is that her? Or who
Yes.
else? Okay, go ahead. Where are you from?
I'm Lena. I'm from Kansas City.
You're also from Kansas City. Do you know Molly?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Molly, what's her last name?
Oh, I don't know what her last name is, but did you? How did you hear about iBug from the same place or
The whole person.
person? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're again grateful to the whole person. All right. Thank you, ma'am. And what is your favorite grocery?
My favorite grocery?
Uh-huh.
I like Walmart and Hy-Vee.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Who else? Next person.
Ned in Texas, HEB.
HEB. There you go. Welcome, Ned. All right.
you.
Who else?
This is
Maytel from Chicago.
Sorry. Yes, ma'am, Maytel. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like Jewel, also known as Albertson.
Oh, Albertsons. I've heard of that. Okay. Thank you. And I heard somebody else, a gentleman.
Vincent in New Jersey, Trader Joe and Aldi's.
All right. Thank you, Vincent. All right. Keep going.
this
But
is
if
Dale.
y'all are joining late, the question is who you are, where you're from, and your favorite grocery store. Okay, let's go. Who else?
Dale from Cleveland, and I like shopping at Mark's.
Mark's. Okay.
Yes.
This is Davita from Virginia, and I shop at Giant.
Oh, all right. Welcome, Davita. Yes. Okay. Who else? And we're also letting us know if you've never been to It's iBUGS Life before, let us know that too. Okay.
LaDon from Garland, Texas, Aldi's.
Yeah, okay. Welcome, LaDon. Okay, who else?
Janice from Crystal Beach, Ontario.
Uh-huh.
And Sobeys is my favorite grocery store.
Ah, welcome. Thank you. Okay, who else?
This is Francie from Kansas City, also first timer, Aldi's, and the whole person.
Oh, wow. Well, gosh, I'm so happy that you're here, Francie. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Who oh, here comes another Kansas person here. Okay, let's go. Or who you are, where you're from, favorite grocery. Who wants
the Kansas
from Houston? Kroger's.
Kroger's, who's that?
The Kansas
Gloria
City
from
people have to say we're in Missouri, not Kansas.
Oh, sorry, you're in Missouri. Oh, yeah, she said that. Yes. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Kansas City, Missouri. Okay,
sorry.
That's okay. Who said Kroger? Who was that?
Gloria from Houston.
Hello, Miss Gloria. Yes, my mom loves Kroger.
Hello,
okay,
Sonia.
Thank you. All right, who else joined?
This is Innie. Yes, Innie from Iowa, Trader Joe.
Ah, okay. Welcome. Thank you, Innie.
Thank you.
Who else? Anybody else?
Janice from Maryland.
Oh my goodness, we got both Janices here.
Wegmans.
I tell you. Okay, what you got? What's your favorite groceries?
Wegmans.
Oh, Wegmans. Oh, okay. I've heard of that. Okay, thank you. All right. Anybody else?
Deb from Kansas.
Kansas, right?
Yeah, Kansas.
All right. And what is your favorite grocery?
Aldi's.
Aldi's. That's a popular one. Yes. Anybody else? Last call.
Randy, North Carolina, Aldi's.
Randy. And where?
Aldi's.
Aldi's, you too?
Yeah.
You too, Brute? Really? Okay. All right. All right. Keep going. Anybody else?
David from Arkansas, Walmart.
All right, Walmart. Of course, Arkansas. Yeah. All right. Good to have you, David. It's been a while. Glad to have you. All right. Anybody else? Last call. I saw a few more people coming in. The question, who you are, where you're from, and your favorite grocery store. Osmond, I think you are out there. Anybody else? Okay, we might come back and say hi to those people. All right, now I'm going to hand it over to our one and only favorite facilitator of It's iBUGS Live, George Battiste. And the crowd goes wild. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, go, George. Sorry, we're getting a little silly. Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. This is George. I'm also in Houston, and I go everywhere. I don't know if I have a favorite. Well, I'll take that back because I go to HEB for my meat. They have very good meat. I go to Fiesta for my seafood because I like the prices of their seafood, and their seafood is fresh. And then sometimes if I want to cut some pennies, I go to a subsidiary of HEB, which is Joe V's. They have like about, I think, 5 or 6 or 7 locations in the Metro Houston area. So from time to time, I'll find myself there. I think I find myself there more than any of the other 2 above mentioned stores. So thanks everybody for chiming in. And thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to be talking about independently shopping for groceries. On your own. Now, I know we all probably have our ways of doing things or even people that we rely upon. But almost anything that I bring to the table to discuss is primarily how to accomplish something if you choose to and want to do it without having to rely on vision or just do it independently. And I give tips on how you can get things done. And that's what we're going to pick this topic this month. This actually, I don't know if we ever do any iBug history, but ever since we started It's iBugs Life, this has been, I think this was the first topic that I did. Now, I'm not going to do it in the same way I did the first one because the first one actually did a live demonstration of me actually using transportation to go to a store, actually do some real live shopping in the store, looking for things, and even came back. And I think when I was coming back, that's when I had some connectivity issues, which, you know how technology is and cellular service is. When it's working, it's wonderful, but when it doesn't work, it's always the wrong time. And that's what happened at times. So that's why I decided maybe traveling and trying to do this presentation is not a good thing. You know, hey, you learn from your mistakes. You know, that's what makes us wise. If we do something, then we know never to visit that again. I'm trying to pause to plug this charge. Oh, that's why that ain't working. I'm using the wrong charger. I'll make sure my phone doesn't die, even though I'm well over 80%, but I just don't want something unexpected to occur that I'll lose connection. But I think I'm good for the time. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And like I always, every time, if anybody who has ever been a part of my presentations before, I like my audience interactive, meaning if you have a comment to contribute to the conversation or if you got a question, feel free to come off mute, say your name, and let me recognize you, and then you can go in and share. That way I don't have to do all of the talking because I don't know if I have one of the most, I'm not going to say what I was thinking. But anyway, I may tell us that thought at the end. But anyway, I just want you guys to jump in. Then I just like to get some feedback from you guys as I'm talking as well, as I'm presenting. So what we're going to be doing is not only going to the store, how to really prepare, how to shop smart, how to use maybe some applications to help the shopping process to be a smooth experience, and even discuss even organizing our items as well. Matter of fact, that's what I think I will start off with first. Now, one good thing to do when you go to the store, if you plan to go to it, and then I do hope encourage everybody, those who probably have never been, who've done their own grocery shopping, hopefully the information that I give to you today will encourage you to give it a shot, give it a try. And because what that will do is, in the event, the person or persons that you have rely on or depended upon to help you complete that particular task at one point when you probably really need it, they may not be available. So this is a way you'll be prepared that if that event comes up that somebody is not available that you normally do, you're like, okay, no problem. I'll get it done. I'll take care of it. It's always good to have a plan B or a backup plan, and sometimes even a plan C, because plan B may fail as well. Um, One thing to do, especially if you want to, before you go to the store and you decide to do this, is make a list. And to start making that list, making a list helps you to keep not only be, helps you to keep organized and focused and not be all over the place. So you might want to, and you probably do this involuntarily, that when you're about to run out of certain things that are essential to your household, then you're going to add that to the list when the next time you're able to go to the store. You can, if you're running out of, bathroom items, or if you're running out of food items, whatever it is that you know that you're going to need, that's the thing that you definitely can add to your list. Having a list not only helps you to be organized, but and when we get to the part when we actually be in the store, when you get someone who's assisting you, whether it's be a staff or someone that you bring with you, you can possibly give them that list. And that way they can map out what section we're going to start off with first. If you make the list, you might not want to have, okay, I want to get a produce item. You may say, I want to get some oranges. That may be number one. Thing number two says, okay, I need paper towel. And we know the paper goods are not going to be in a produce section. Produce section is where you're going to find all of your, I would say, items that grow. Your fruits, your vegetables, anything that will be in a produce section of the store. So it's a great tip that I would like to incorporate a plant to say, have a list in mind. Now, you may be somebody like me who we either can write the list down or either in Braille if you're a Braille user, or put it in the notes section of your smart device, meaning your iPhone or Android phone, whatever you're using or whatever you use most of the time. You can make the list there, or you can type it up and print it out. That way, if you got someone who has working vision, they can also help organize that list as well, and it can map out where you then go ahead to the store. So making a list is something that's very good, keeps you structured. It helps save time. It helps you not just be wandering aimlessly all over the place. Now, if you're somebody who likes doing that, some people call going shopping, even for groceries, it's a good pastime to do. So you may go there and say, well, I'll just go and something to jump out at me that I think I would need. But I wouldn't encourage that, because that can have you like my mom used to be, when her dementia started really kicking in heavy, she would just go from aisle to aisle to aisle to aisle, and sometimes get things that she already had put in the grocery cart already, because she didn't do the thing of making a list. She hadn't developed that strategy. I'm going shopping. I'm going to go make this list first. She just go there. No, I need to get something she made. No, I need to get one thing. But if you go to a place like Walmart, sometimes you're going to end up with more than what you went there for, because Walmart is, it can trap you. You in the store that's got a little bit of everything there, and you may have probably forgot to add something to your list, and then there you go, you're picking it up because it's there. And I also know, I'm not naive to know that I'm sure there are a lot of us here who probably do delivery. Meaning you're going to use a DoorDash, or you're going to use Ship, or you're going to use Uber Eats, because they even deliver groceries. Or they used to be called Postmates. I don't know if that still exists or not. I haven't used them in a while because I didn't find their prices. It's almost like whatever I find in the app, it's almost like they raise the prices. So I just stopped using them. But I know that's a lot easier, less complicated, less stressful. You may not want to go travel. You might not even want to go wrestle with the crowd. But again, just in case, if you want to venture out and accomplishing this task of going to the store, I'm going to give you some tips to actually do that. So I am well aware of the apps. As a matter of fact, sometime, like if I do not go to the store within the next day and a half, because Well, somebody like Jody, it's probably already cold in her area of the country, but here we are supposed to be hit with a hard freeze. So I'm probably going to try to get those things that I don't have that are essential. I want to get it to before it gets to be in the 20s here, because in the 20s in Houston is extremely cold. And I know you guys in the north probably think that's normal, but here down south, that's cold. Well, it's cold to me. All right. So now here's another tip that you can, when we actually decide to go to the store. This is what I do. For one thing, it helps that I actually used to work in a particular store. I used to work for Walmart. This was a couple of decades ago when I was looking for work and was glad to at least have a job. So I applied for Walmart and they hired me. But that helped me because it helped me to learn the floor plan, the layout of the store. If you go in places like Walmart, they either set up two different ways from different ones that I have gone into. When you walk in the store, either the grocery section is going to be on the left or it's going to be on the right. It depends on, I don't know how they make that decision, but I notice all of them not going to always have the grocery section on the same side. It's going to be different ones, depends on the store. But I would say by me working there, it allowed me to get really familiar with how things are laid out. Like if I know if I go into the grocery section up front, and this will give you guys some tips too who probably don't go out, you're going to have either the bakery section or the hot deli or even a cold deli. That's when you walk in the store, you get past the checkouts, and if you go to the left or the right, it depends on how the store is laid out. To the far front of the store in the corner, you're going to have these two counters with associates behind them. What if you're going to be ordering a cake or getting like some hot deli, like pieces of chicken, or have your turkey sliced up. That's usually going to be in the front. So that's to give you a tip for those who probably were not aware of that. At some point of the store, at some time of the day, you can actually smell what section you're going to be in, because if they're frying chicken, you're definitely going to smell that. Sometimes, every once in a while, you may smell them baking something, but for the most part, you're definitely going to smell the chicken when the hot deli is open. Also, in the front, beyond the bakery and the deli and the hot delis, cold deli area, that's where you're going to find your produce. I was talking about the produce sections is normally in the front, just beyond those two counters that I mentioned. And this is where you can get, your fruits, your vegetables, fresh or packaged, and that's going to be in that section. You usually also, here's another tip. The way you can tell you're in a produce section, not only by the smells that will come from produce, you can smell like fruit, or you can smell like onions or bananas to know that you're in that section, but you also can hear sounds of refrigeration. Most of the produce items are going to be kept at a cool temperature, so that's the one time if you just stand still, walk into the store, if it's not too crowded, not too congested, and just listen, you definitely can hear a bunch of refrigerator machines running. So that's one way of orientating yourself as to where you are in the store. Of course, you definitely can know the front if you have, been walking the store for a while and you want to locate the front. The sounds of the checkers checking people out, hearing a little beep, 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 beep. That's another way of orientating yourself we get in the store as well. Now, just beyond that, that's when you're going to have, depends on the store set up, it could be different items. It could be breads, or it could be cereal, however the store is arranged. Now, before you do all of that, now this is from folks who probably have not gone to the store. Some of us have, but for those of us who have never tried to do it independently, if you use whether it's a ride share service like Uber or Lyft, or if you use a paratransit service in whatever city that you live in, and you get dropped off, if you do not have anyone with you, you go to the customer service counter and you can ask for shopping assistance. Now, that is still available today. Now, there are some places where they may rudely tell you they don't have anybody, but for the most part, and this is in all grocery stores, not just Walmart. This is in all stores, your Kroger's, your HEB's, I've forgotten some of the or Trader Joe's, Whole Foods. Most of your customer service counters will be near the front, and this is where you can go to request for shopping assistance. And they normally, if they're not too congested, will get either somebody who responsibility is to sack the groceries, to help the cashiers out, or they may get somebody who's stocking shelves. Uh, and they will help you to walk with you to go get the items that you need. You can either give them your list, or you can do like me. I kind of memorize my list because I'm well in tune with inventory items that are in my house or in my apartment where I live at. So I already know what I'm running out of, what I need to get. And what you do is have them to get a grocery cart, the basket. And what will make it easier for maneuvering around is the person who is sighted, the shopper assistants, or even the person that you go with, they will be in the front and you will be in the back. That helps, keep everybody organized, and both of you do not need to be in the back because these carts are not that wide, unless you're shopping at Sam's or Costco's, where they are wide enough for both people to be in the back. But it just makes it a lot easier for someone to be in the front, guiding or pulling it. And if you want to push it, you can do that as well. So definitely ask for the shopping assistance. And I would say 90% of the time that will be available. Now, somebody like me, since I had worked at Walmart, because I'm definitely familiar with the layout of how the store is, if they don't have someone who's available to shop with me, I know where to go at, and then I will use particular apps on my phone that will help me to identify and read the labels, the products, especially in like the meat section, where packaged meat of like chicken parts, if I want like legs or thighs, or if I'm getting the rolls or some pork chops or something like that. I will use either my Be My Eyes app, or I will use my Ira if I have enough minutes to help me to identify the items that I am looking for. Now, what has evolved over the years, and I love that they actually have done it because it also enhances my independence, enhances other folks' independence as well, is Walmart, what they have done, and I think Target has done it too. Probably most of your grocery stores have done it. They'll have an app that you can pull up their app online, and you can search for items you're looking for, and it will tell you. First you got to put in which location you are at, especially if the particular store you choose to go to have multiple locations. You can put it in by zip code, or if you have your locator turned on, it will automatically know which store that you are located in. And what you can do is, if you're searching for a particular item, it will tell you what aisle number or alphabet that item is on. Like if I'm looking for cashews and I put in the search field cashew, CASHEWS, hit search, it's going to let me know this item is, after I scroll down a little bit, it'll let me know that item is on aisle G22 or something like that. Right now I'm speaking hypothetical. I'm just making up an aisle number. But I like
I'm
the idea
sorry,
that it.
excuse me. This is Dawn. I'm sorry. What app was that? Was that Be My Eyes, did you say?
Well, let me back up. Be My Eyes
Okay.
is an app that you said that you can use if you need to identify a particular item. I'm saying grocery stores have their own app, like in the Walmart app.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You can download the Walmart app, and here's a good thing about Walmart too. They have free Wi-Fi, so that way you can get great connections in the store to pull up things quickly. Even if you decide to use Be My Eyes, a live person, or if you decide to use Ira agent, if you got a good connection, and they also can use the app as well to find the items. But when I put in a search button, I find the item and tell me what aisle is on. This is where I can tell the IRA agent if I'm not using the chopper assistance, like if I could not get one, I can ask the agent, can you help me go to aisle G22? And so that way you can point your phone. They even let you know, move your phone to the left, move your phone to the right, so they can look for the sign, and then they ask you to take a picture of it. And that way they'll see that sign, and that way they can give you directions, of how to approach that aisle. Then also look for the item that you're looking for. So yeah, it's most of your stores these days have apps, especially if it's a national chain. Like Kroger's have their own app. Walmart has theirs. Target has theirs. I've never been in Trader Joe's. I'm sure they have one because I know they're a national chain. Whole Foods probably have one. Anybody who has been, because I heard somebody say their favorite store was Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. Do those particular stores have their own app as well that you can locate particular items, know what aisle they're on? Anyone who identified themselves, if you're still here, can let me know. Does that still exist? I mean, does that do exist? And if it don't, then that's okay. But those stores, those popular chain stores that I've mentioned, they definitely do have them. And it just makes it a lot easier to help locate items as well. Because every once in a while, they may get somebody, if I'm asking for shopping assistance, because I tend to do things independently a lot, I live alone. They may get someone who probably is clueless where things are in the store. So this is a way you can help them out. Some of them, and what they do too, they're either a device to locate items, or they'll just use their smartphone as well to locate the item. So it just makes locating items, if you're not familiar with the store, a lot less stressful for us, like locating things. Because I would say less than 10 years ago, it wasn't set up the way. Walmart might have had an app to let you know what was there. Okay. But they didn't have it set up to where they got like a map to let you know what aisle something is on. So I do appreciate that development of it because it has helped me a lot, especially if I'm using visual interpretation services or a live person. Now, here's one thing that I will say would be good as well. Now, once I have located an item, and I'm one of those, there are certain things that I'm name brand. It's a certain brand of things that I do like more than others. For instance, if I'm getting mayonnaise, I like Hellman's mayonnaise. I don't like nobody else's. Now, sometimes if Hellman's is not out, I don't even substitute. It's Hellman's or nothing else. But that's just me. Some folks probably are not as brand conscious or brand, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, to where you stuck to that one particular one. Ketchup. I like Heinz 57 ketchup. That's just me. So I can use either the visual interpretation service to help identify that particular name brand item that I am looking for, or if I am definitely familiar with how the container is shaped, that also will help me to be able to independently shop for the item that I am looking for. For example, there's a spice called Tony Chachere's. Tony Chachere's has its own type of container. It's a can that is about 3 inches tall. I don't know if I'm using measurements on the circular part of it, but it also has a spin top, meaning if you want to sprinkle or dash, you can twist this thing around, and that's how I know only Tony's is shaped like that. Well, no, I'll take that back. I just corrected myself. Tony's Chachere's and another spice called Slap Your Mama are made the same. And I kind of wish they were not like that because, and I found out the hard way too, since I was so sure what Tony's looked like, that I could find that because I used to live across the street from one of my favorite stores that I actually didn't need shopping assistance. I just knew where to go. And but when I thought I had gotten Tony's, actually I gotten Slap Your Mama. I found out the hard way because Slap Your Mama is a little bit more spicier than Tony's Chachere's is. And I was seasoning, I think, some kind of meat. It may have been pork chops, it may have been a roast. I'm not exactly sure. But I'm also adding a little black pepper, and I'm adding like some garlic, adding some extra, my mixture of things. And I'm wondering why this meat was so hot until I happened to use the app to scan it and found out that I had gotten Slap Your Mama. So I kind of wish Slap Your Mama and Tony Chachere's, one of them need to pick one, and y'all need to be different about how you're going to design your container so they wouldn't look exactly alike. I mean, they are exactly alike. I want to challenge you. Next time you go to the store, if this item is sold in your area, look at Slap Your Mama and look at Tony's sasheries, and I'm guarantee you they're gonna look exactly the same. Even the different size, the small ones or the big ones, it all made the same. So they need to change that. Now, a spice like Mrs. Dash has its own type of container. Mrs. Dash is round, but it also has an indentation in the middle. You know, it's gonna like maybe like a little wider on the bottom, and the middle section is skinny, and then the top part it goes back fat again. And it has a flip top on the container. I mean, you got to flip it open to sprinkle it or dash it. But Mrs. Dash has its own container. So another way of helping you to organize your grocery shopping too is get very familiar with how the containers, how it is packaged, what they look like. We talked about Tony's and Sleepy Mama. Nobody else designed their container like that. Mrs. Dash has her own design. If you're getting table salt or sea salt, it has its own design. You know, it's a round box with some slick paper on the side and got a little thing you pull up that's kind of like maybe metal to help sprinkle the salt out of it. Bags of sugar has its own packaging. Now, sugar and flour is almost the same. The difference is how you can tell the difference between the two, and some of you probably already know this. For the sake of those who probably do not know, flour is softer by the touch inside the package and out of the package. Sugar also makes a lot more noise. It's a lot noisier if you shake it a little bit, not shake it so much that it's going to waste and cause a big spill, but it makes a louder noise than what flour does. Flour hardly makes any noise at all, but sugar has a sound. If I would, I should have before I joined the Zoom meeting. I should have turned my sounds off and I could demonstrate it. But I didn't include where my background noises could be heard back because I could probably shake one right now, but you guys probably wouldn't hear it at all because the way Zoom defaults to is not to pick up your background noise if it's not so loud. But that's one way you can identify. Now, both of the bags are kind of made the same. You know, they have the 4-pound bag, they have the 5-pound bag, they have like a 2-pound bag. But the way you can tell the difference between the two is you can either squeeze it a little or shake it, and that way you know if it's making like a noise that sounds like sand almost, that's sugar. Flour is not going to hardly make any noise, and is very soft if you squeeze it. Same thing for if you're buying some kind of spices like garlic salt and garlic powder. Garlic powder is kind of like flour. It's very light, makes a very light sound. Garlic salt is going to sound like regular table salt. It's going to make a louder sound. So, one thing to help out is to be very familiar with your the container that things are in. Another popular food product that has its own container is ketchup. Heinz 57 ketchup. If you're using tactile markings, you can feel the raised 5 and a 7 on each side of the bottle. That's how I know my 57 ketchup. If it doesn't have that 5 and a 7, then it's probably Whataburger ketchup or maybe Hunt or some other kind of brand of ketchup. But I know I want to look for that 57, so that's going to help me to independently find that one bottle of ketchup on my own, independently, without the use of any type of visual interpretation service or a live person with me. All right, is any of this making sense to anybody? Anybody have any
It's
questions?
very helpful. This is Dawn again from Connecticut. I am very curious to find out if my grocery store has that app to help find the aisles. I never knew that.
Yeah, definitely try that and give it a shot. Thank you.
This is Lena.
Hey, Lena.
From Kansas City. I found this new feature out that you can ask Ira to help you shop too.
What feature is that?
Not feature, but you can ask Ira agent to help you buy something.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Have you ever used that before?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's what I do. I think I've mentioned that. Yeah, I use everything that helps me to do it independently. And yes, I do have Ira on my phone, so I if I want to, especially if I got a great connection, I like if like my one store that I go to, Joe V's, does not have good Wi-Fi. So sometimes, depending on what area I'm in the store, the connectivity may be a little lagging. But if I'm in Walmart, I definitely will use. Here's two reasons why I will use an IRA agent in Walmart, and everybody probably know this. You get free IRA minutes. What if if you have like one of those small plans to use IRA? IRA has geofence. There's all of the Walmart stores that you get free unlimited minutes. At least I think it's unlimited in Walmart. It's like that in Target as well. So there's two particular national chain of stores that you can go to that you can use an IRA agent, and you don't have to worry about using up too many of your minutes. It's a free minute zone. They just started with Walmart, I think about a year ago, or maybe less than a year ago, that they made it available.
This is
So, hey, Zandia.
I was thinking back on the list. Can we talk real quick about making lists? Another feature we can mention as far as tech goes, the A Lady. You can tell her. I don't want to say her too loudly, but add.
We all know.
Add tomatoes to the grocery list, and then it will create the list. And then the cool part, like you were talking about, trying to make an organized list, it will automatically create, like put all the produce together. Like I went to the list, I was like, oh, how nice. I didn't put this together. It's like produce and then seafood and whatever. So it's a really good list. So
And where do you do that list? This is Dawn.
yeah, start just for the new people, say your name and then wait for George to recognize you. Okay, but that is you just tell your A device, A Lady to add, create I don't remember creating it. I think you just say add whatever item to the grocery list, and then it will automatically create the list. And then
Okay,
that
thank you.
will be on your phone, and then you can look at it, and you can share that list. And there's all kinds of stuff you can do with that. So
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, I have an app called AnyList, and I think the reminder app actually does the same thing now. And so I can add items to my AnyList, and it will automatically categorize them to keep, which is very handy to keep them all together. But the best feature of AnyList is I can share the app with my daughter. And so when I add an item to my AnyList app, it shows up in her phone. And so she can go, if she's at the store, she can pick up a few items for me and she'll see my list. And as she removes them from the list, I see that on my phone. So I can watch her shop through the store because the items start to pop off my list, as she's taking them off her list. So that's a neat feature because it's a shared list that you can share with somebody that can pick groceries up for you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's called AnyList.
As a free app?
Yes, it's a free app.
Okay. Go ahead, Sandy.
I think the Reminders app does the same thing now, but I love that AnyList app.
Go ahead, Sandy.
This is Lena.
Oh, I thought it was Sandy. Go ahead, Lena. I'm sorry.
You can ask our agent to help you shop. She can shop, or he can help you shop on the other side.
Yes, yeah. You mentioned it to us. Thank you. Thank you for bringing it to our attention again. But I also want to thank both Jody and Sandy for bringing it up because I've never even thought about that you can ask the A Lady to do that. And she will automatically organize it for you. Man, because she is a smart box.
It can buy things for you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thank you, Lena.
This is Janice.
Go ahead, Janice.
So a question about having the A Lady make the grocery list for you. So you're audibly asking it to add things to the list. And then where do you go or how does it generate the list? Where do you see the list or hear the list?
Sandia?
Yes. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So you go into the Amazon Alexa app, and then oh dear, and then once you go in there, trying to think where it is, I'll go and look, but it's under like more or something, and then it's like all of your, it's like lists and things to do or whatever, and then it's there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can even tell her, like, hey lady, well, what's on my grocery list? And then you can tell her to take things off the grocery list. You can tell her to delete the grocery list. So it's like a lot of stuff that you could do.
So you could even audibly go through this while you're going through the store. And I picked up the tomatoes, so I can say take tomatoes off the list.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, you have to be in the app. You have to be in the app. Whereas where you're in the house, you can just say, "Oh, I need paper towels" or whatever. So you can just add.
Right.
And then she'll say, if I say that, she'll say, "You already have it on the list." I was like, "Okay, sorry."
Oh, okay. Cool.
I like the idea what Jody was talking about that she does with her daughter, that you can share the list, and then as she is doing the shopping, you can actually monitor the shopping that she's doing from home. She's doing it for you. And that way, if the item is gone, or if the item is sitting on the list, she can say, hey, you forgot to get this. But that's, I like that feature. I did not, let me see, I'm going to try a live demonstration.
This is Sandhya.
Go ahead, Sandhya.
You can also do that with the A-Lady, but I can't remember where it was. I have a little trouble finding that share feature, but you can share. But I don't know about live, seeing it live. But
let's see, Alexa,
this
can you create a grocery list?
Create a list called grocery, right?
Yes.
I've created grocery list. What would you like to add to it?
Water.
I've added water to your grocery list. What else would you like to add?
I'll come back later.
Create a list called I'll come back later, right?
No.
Hang on. This is Cindy. I think Cindy was waiting, George.
Okay, go ahead, Cindy. I'm
Hi,
trying to
George.
get this lady to shut up.
These are
Not
great.
you, Cindy, my Alexa lady. Okay. Go ahead, Cindy.
Hi, George. These are great ideas. I don't live in a place that has a Walmart or that as far as the geographic layout of the store. And so I think that I would have to just do a little at a time using my AI, Seeing AI, and Orion to find out what aisle goes next to what aisle, and then where it's at in the aisle for each item. I don't have Ira, but I would have to use a visual something to do that. I think to find out how many steps, like, is it in the middle of the aisle, the end of the aisle, that kind of thing. I'm wondering on Orion, which I just downloaded, it has a weird thing where you put a template, and like if I put mayonnaise in there, it will actually tell you by beeping when you get close to it.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that might work for like the location in the aisle for like my Lanta, or to load the different things I normally get,
What's that app called? Can you spell it?
It's Orion.
Like Orion?
And then Orion. Yeah. Because I'm completely dependent on trying to figure out, okay, the aisle, first of all, that would take a while. And then where the heck in the aisle? And like in the freezer section, the doors, they can't see through the doors. It just would take a lot of memorization. I mean, eventually you'd get it,
I've never heard of that app, which I'm probably going to go ahead and download it because now I'm curious too. I didn't know there was an app that would tell you, like you said, many steps, something like that. Because see, it's one of those things where, like, you even just spoke it out. Once you do something enough, you will develop a memory of the layout of the land if you do it enough times.
Yeah.
So what to listen for, how many steps, or if you're traveling somebody, how to avoid certain obstacles, things like that. But having that app, it's almost kind of like that Lazarillo app that I use for traveling, which I may do a presentation on traveling in the future. It's iBUGS Life.
What's that called?
Lazarillo is called.
Lazarillo?
Yeah, LAZARILLO.
This is Jody.
Sandhya. Sorry.
Go ahead. Jody was first and then Sandia.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I do not depend on Lazarillo because it's off by like 60 feet. I use the Soundscape.
Okay, yeah, I'll just pick one as an example. I'm not saying it's the best, but I was
that's
trying to
unreliable.
This
I was
is
trying to
Cindy again, George.
yeah.
I have not tried that. I'm just trying to learn the app, and I went through the tutorial, and it does make certain sounds, and then the closer you get to whatever you're asking it to find, it makes a different noise. So I'm thinking it might work for like finding things in an aisle.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
It'd be worth giving it a shot. I don't know what else to do. I'd drive people crazy looking at things, the whole time. I'd be in there for 4 hours.
That's okay.
Janice.
Hold on, Janice. I'm glad you mentioned it because I am extremely curious. I'm probably going to download the app when I get done with this presentation. And since I do plan to go to the store either tomorrow or Saturday, I'm going to test it out. And, it might be a part of a future. Either it's iBUGS Live or maybe Apple Workshop or whatever we do at future iBug meetings. If Sandy and Michael permit it, I will, do a demonstration of it and give you a testimony.
Thank you.
All right. Before Janice, Sandy, you wanted to say something?
This would be a whole other topic, but I mean, I know Sydney's kind of in a remote area, but I mean, you can sometimes get your O&M, mobility instructor, because I had that. They walked me, around the store because I wanted to get familiar. And so they also can give you some helpful hints and stuff to get familiar, if it's someplace that you frequent. So that's just one little thought. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And that's one thing that they are trained to do. Even if you have like a case open with one of your rehabilitation services that may be in your area, they can provide you with an independent contractor, an O&M specialist who not only can help you to travel to different places in your neighborhood, but they also can help out shopping as well. And you can go enough times with them until you get very familiar with it. And that would also, it'll help in the long run all the way around. Not only helping you to maneuver different places, but also helping to save time. And it also can, if you're going with somebody, you can even tell them where to go at.
This is Cindy again.
Okay, hang on. Janice, you were next.
Yeah. O&M instructors helping you is good as well because they can give you tips and tricks on how to find your way through the stores. But I also wanted to say that in response to the woman who said, memorizing the store, you can do that to a certain point, but grocery stores, they switch things around frequently because they want you to, shop in the store and not just go in and get one thing and come out. And also, I wanted to say, I think you mentioned this, George. If you haven't gone grocery shopping before, I would suggest, like, when you go in like early in the morning or off-peak hours and start with a small list, and not like a whole big grocery, because then you'll just get frustrated if you've got too many things. But just incrementally, increase how much you shop for and shop when there aren't a lot of people in the store. There was one other thing I was going to say, but I forgot. I'll bring it up later.
It'll come back to you.
The other thing I was going to say was also I've used my Meta glasses to find things, and I've used Gemini. It has a feature where I can say, "Hey Gemini, let's talk live," and I can show my camera things. That the Meta glasses, they help find things.
Yeah, and Janice brought up a good thing too. Know your store, and because you can definitely know what days are most congested and what days where there's not that much traffic. Like I've learned, if I can help it, I will never go grocery shopping on a Sunday again, especially a Sunday afternoon. It's too many people in the store. I'm like, shouldn't everybody be at home, at church, or watching a game or something? But look like everybody picked Sunday afternoon to go to the grocery store. I never knew that was the case until over the last 6 months. That seemed to be the most congested time to go in any grocery store. I got on my soapbox. Who was it before Jody?
Ned.
Say it again.
Ned.
Go ahead, Ned. Go ahead.
Yes, I was going to say what the lady said before. The stores are always moving things around. So when you get it figured out, they'll move the coffee at the other end or whatever. But that's a pet peeve of mine. Also, going on the days when they're least busy. For me, it's Tuesday mornings or Wednesday mornings. The HEB store is the least. But the other thing I do is if a person helps me, if a partner at the store helps me, before I leave the store, I always want to talk to a manager, and I give the manager a good recommendation on the person that was helping me, because oftentimes they're, high school kids or college kids, and so they really like that, in terms of their customer service, being patient, helpful, and they see things around what I'm looking for. Like I might be looking for a particular cookie, but they say, well, this cookie, you get 2 for the price of 1. So I like that when sometimes they might point out other things that are around the area that I'm at. But so.
And you know what? You actually are doing a good service to not only to that associate, because when a manager, if a customer has given a particular associate a compliment, they actually get rewarded for that. They may get some stock options. I'm speaking of Walmart right now, that, if they get enough compliments, they will grant that to them, or they may give them a day off with pay. Not a day, a couple of hours off, something like that, where they can leave early. Clock out early, but still get, the whole day's pay. So
this is
giving compliments like that does help a whole lot. Go ahead and finish up, Ned.
Yes, I'm aware that they do get gift cards when I give them a good recommendation. But the last thing I have going for me, I'm a retired high school principal. So when I tell them I was a high school principal, it's like, oh my gosh, I got to be good, or I got to behave, or Anyway, they kind of straighten up pretty fast. Anyway, thank you.
Go ahead, Jody. Go ahead, Jody.
The Orion app was actually demonstrated in the iBUGS the cafe a couple of weeks ago by Tom.
I missed that.
Frank, yeah, and it's actually an app where you hold the camera up on your phone and it tells you everything that's in front of you. So it's very handy. I think the iPhone itself will do it with the live view or whatever they call it under accessibility, but the Orion app will do it instantly. And it's great because it will describe everything that's there. And it's especially, to get off on a tangent, it's also very handy in public bathrooms for locating the sink and other facilities there. So it's a great app. You'll have to give it a try.
I definitely will.
Have you used TapTapSee?
No,
Okay,
TapTapSee takes a picture. It doesn't do live motion.
Right.
Shazadi?
Go ahead.
I was going to say also these department store like Walmart, if you go to the customer service desk, and I am in Canada, so I take my CNIB card and I tell them that I am visually impaired. I have a list and I need someone that can help me do the grocery, and someone preferably that knows the store. Then majority of the time they're able to send someone with me that can help me with my groceries. I have done that too because I live on my own. So I make a list. I go to Walmart, No Frills, whatever, and I just go to the customer service desk. I show them my CNIB card. They send someone with me and I get my groceries. So that's another thing you can also do, which I have done.
Awesome. Where in Canada are you?
St. Catharines.
Say it again.
St. Catharines.
Okay.
Close
great.
to Niagara Falls.
Welcome to this iBUGS Live. I never had you on here before.
Thank you.
Someone else was calling for the floor? Okay. Well, thank you. Look, I'm appreciating this feedback because it's helping me out. Like every time I do this presentation, I'm learning something.
Randy? Yeah. I do 90% of my shopping online with Instacart, but every now and then I do like to go into the store because, especially for produce, you want to pick it myself. I want the person that's helping me to kind of describe, the blueberries, they're not mushy, they're not, I do that myself. But another thing I do when I go to a store in person, I don't think I ask for odd things, but sometimes I find that people seem not know what I'm looking for. And if I'm buying something that I think I'm going to be buying repetitively, and I want the shopper to help me find it, I will take a picture of it. And I have a collection of not a lot of pictures, and I just show them the picture. This is what it looks like, and this is what because when you're standing there trying to describe it to them, you just feel like you just make confusing them all. But a picture just kind of says it all.
Mm-hmm. That does help too. Sometimes it may even help that if it's a particular item that you're looking for, we may be pronouncing it wrong, or the assistants may not know what it is. You can pull it up like on Google and get an image of it as well. And that way they can see, oh, this is what we're looking for. So that even helps. I heard somebody say the name, but I didn't hear because I was talking.
This is Annie.
Go ahead, Annie.
Okay, hi. So something quickly I'm going to say. It's funny, then I'll tell you what else I was going to comment. Sandia was saying when you tell the grocery list.
What happened?
Lid on it. So she said, I put a lid on your grocery list.
Okay, hold on.
One time I said, put a lid on it. She said, you already have a lid on your groceries list. So anyhow, I just thought that was funny how she doesn't really have much of a brain, but she just kept put a lid on it. But the other thing I was going to tell you, I know a friend of mine, she passed away now, but she was 93 years old and she always totally blind, always wanted to go shopping by herself on Monday morning. She has like a really pattern. She gets the seats. She makes her list in Braille. She goes to, they know her so well. She goes over to the customer service. She tells them, the lady there she tells them what they want. They write it up and they go with her through the store. I mean, she had a really unbelievable system. And then she hang on to the shopping cart with her cane. She's in the back and they in the front. Each time they get an item, this is, how she programmed everybody what to do. And she's been done it for years. They hand it to her first. She gets familiarized with it. She knows, yes, she get to feel the produce. Yeah, those apples are good. She participate in so much of the shopping. She will say, no, those apples or oranges too soft, or the lemon too soft. So they put them in her hand. She feels them, make sure this is what she wanted. She's familiar. And then she puts it in her shopping cart. And then she told me after a while, they have like a master list in print of what she always shopped for. So when she comes and they just like have a check on it. She's going to need this one, need that, because she's done it for so many years and she's an elder and comes on the same day. And so I thought that was so impressive because she had her own system. And that's what I wanted to share with you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Matter of fact, it is part of my presentation is have a system of how you can pick out certain produce items. And some things I've learned on my own, and some things I got tips from somebody. I was in a Kroger's. This is when my office used to be in the area of Houston called the Heights, and it was a Kroger's that was like 2 blocks from the office. So sometime like on my lunch break or after work, I will go down to that particular store before I go home. And it was a gentleman, I think he worked in the store. He gave me the tip on how to really pick sweet oranges, which I had never heard this before. And I've been using it ever since. I think I've been using this method for like 12 years, and it always worked to perfection. He said, if you're buying oranges, and usually I get the navel oranges because I like the size of them, and they're usually the juiciest one. He said, the way you can tell an orange is sweet is if you have like a thumbnail or a fingernail, and you just want to break the peeling just a little bit, not like you're going to peel the whole thing that you're going to eat it, but just crack it a little bit. And it says, smell it. If it smells really sweet, it is most likely it is. And I had never heard it before. I said, that's one tip that I've always used and will continue to use it. Like I even used it when I went to Joe V's 2 days ago. And that's what now Joe V's is a store I go to who do not regularly have, well, not regularly, they don't have a customer service counter. So which means this particular store location, shopping assistance is usually not readily available. But what would happen is, because I used to live across the street from it, that there are some staff there who have been there a while and they see me walking into the store, and if they're not busy, they will lend assistance to me. They'll say, okay, what do you need? Do you need help? And they'll offer help, which also saves a lot of time, walking around time as well, because they help me to pick out the item I'm looking for and put it in my hand so I can make sure it's the right thing that I am looking for. And then most of the folks who shop at the store are so friendly that if they see them struggling locating something or getting to a particular area of the store, pulling my cart behind me, they will offer to help me to do the rest of my shopping if they have time. Sometimes I even let them know, I said, look, I don't want to interrupt your shopping. They say, oh, no, I got plenty of time, so I don't mind providing that help, which does help a lot. But that is one tip I learned ever since when that guy showed me how to really pick an orange and know that it is sweet. Is to take your nail, break the skin a little bit, break the peel it, and smell it. If it smells really sweet, it's a good one. Apples, now, I used to have a coworker when I used to live in Kansas City, Missouri, who knew how to pick good apples. I haven't quite learned that trick yet, but lately I've been lucky because she could pluck it or looking for a particular sound, and she knew the way that apple sound when you pluck it to let you know it's a good, sweet, juicy apple. I don't know exactly what she was listening for. I don't know if she was able to articulate the sounds that she's listening for. She says, no, you got to thumb it. That's the word she used. That's how you pick the good apple. And then one time I was with her in the store, and yeah, she was like plucking it, and some particular sound that she will listen for to let you know that's a good apple. Usually when I'm getting apples, and I always buy them loose because I do want to pick them. I don't want to get like a sack of apples or a sack of oranges because they all may not be good. That's my reason for buying the loose ones. But I'm usually will feel an apple to make sure I don't feel any soft spots, which means it's not bruised or hasn't been dropped. It's got to be kind of real solid all over. And that's how I've been lucky enough to actually pick a good apple. If I'm buying bananas, I want the bananas to be a little green on top to where, to be fully ripe like the next day. I don't want them mostly green. I don't want them just yellow because I like bananas, but I don't eat them fast enough. So I may get like 3 or 4 or 5 on a particular stem. And I'm always asking somebody, whether if I'm using Ira or if I'm using the shopping assistance, let me know if it's a little green on top.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
I think it's really important, like Denise brought up the subject of having the person pass, and you mentioned it too, have the person pass you the item before you put it in the cart. Mm-hmm. And that way you're sure of the right size container because things come in different sizes. And then, like if you ask for mayonnaise, they might accidentally pick up the squeeze bottle if you want the jar. So having the person pass it to you, I think, is really important. And then also, like you say, and even though somebody might be assisting you in the shopping, they can say, the apples are here, and then you can pick out the ones you want, or the celery is here, and then you can pick out the one you want. So, getting involved in the shopping, I think, is really important, even if somebody is assisting you with the shopping.
Yeah, it's extremely important because when they find it, and I say, let me see it. And when I say, let me see it, I mean, I want them to put it in my hand because I'll hold my hand out. And that way I know this is the right container. That's why I mentioned earlier, get familiar with the products so that if you're asking for something, they show it to you, that's the item that you do want.
Right. I remember one time I asked my friend, for a head of lettuce, and she passed me a head of cabbage, and I'm like, no, this isn't lettuce, So, it also gives you a chance to double check and make sure you get the item you really want.
Absolutely. Cabbage and lettuce may be packaged the same way, look the same way, but they're totally different. Lettuce is
especially
much
in
lighter
tacos.
than cabbage. Yeah. Lettuce is much lighter than cabbage. If anybody want a good tip like that, go ahead, Ned.
Yes, 2 things. Touching the packaging is important for me because I need to know how to I need to know how to open it, unwrap it. How do I get this open? So the assistant is usually helps me with that. But the other thing to check for is the expiration date on products.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes I have found things that are expired, like eggs or cottage cheese, and it shouldn't be on the shelf. So I always ask for the expiration date or look for it.
Definitely if you're buying milk. If you're buying milk, it's important that you know that expiration date. Most milks have, I think, like 2 to 3 weeks lifespan. Some people say if you get the ones in the back that might have the furthest expiration date, but yeah, milk is something that you don't want to get and it's going to expire like within a couple of days.
This
If
is
anything,
Annie.
they should have it off the shelf if it's going to expire that quick. Go ahead, Annie.
The other thing I was just gonna say from holding thing in your hand. Also, sometimes the packaging changes and things that different shape or whatever. So that way, when you go home, it's just like get home and everything had changed. You don't know what they are. Then you are familiar what you had shopped. How this item had changed, and you know what you have.
Absolutely.
I think that's how that my friend that I always thought she's did it. Got the ride, got there. She lived by herself until she passed away. She was in her 90s, and she would know when she got the groceries home, what she got, where to put them away. It was very, what I wanted to say, not independent. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's good because sometimes some packages are damaged. Some may be partially open. Not saying that somebody did it on purpose. Accidents happens because usually when you're stocking shelves, they're not doing one by one. It's like putting a whole stack in a particular section. Someone's wanting to say something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is Lena.
Yeah,
And like when you shop with them in store, with assistant shopping, ask them what the price is too, and to see what is on sale.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you're somebody who's on a budget.
I've done it before. I've done shopping. I asked for assistance before, and also pharmacies work too. You can take them to. I know some grocery stores out for pharmacies too, and you can ask the assistants how to get there.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, knowing the price, because as I was alluding to say, you may have a particular budget. What all you want to spend, you don't want to spend too much. So knowing the prices of something, you may, especially if you're going, a lot of times like myself, you're going to kind of have an idea of the price of what something is. But, prices fluctuate. They can be a price one week and the next week it's going to be a different price. It may be on sale, depends on if they really if they got too much inventory, they're trying to get rid of stuff, so they'll reduce the price. Depends on the age of the item, they'll reduce the price. So yeah, definitely asking for the price does help, and it helps keep you mindful of how much you are actually spending. One tip definitely if we're talking about examining products, we know and we all know this. Eggs is something that you definitely want to check the carton. Even if the person who is assisting you, they're checking to make sure they're correct, I would advise checking yourself as well. Like, if you get like an 18 count large eggs or extra large eggs, open it up. If the eggs are moving around easily, that means they're not cracked on the bottom. So even though the assistant says, yeah, I've checked and they're good, I'm one of those, I want to check again too. I want to go by them just to be sure that they didn't overlook something like that, or they just looking and not actually moving eggs around to see if they definitely are a good egg and not cracked on the bottom, so it's getting stuck. So if anybody buy eggs, definitely check the carton too, even if somebody with you has checked. Yeah, be on top of something like that. All right. Anybody else before I move on? I really appreciate you guys jumping in here. This helping me save my save my voice a bit and keep from drying me out. You guys have been helping me to get like a sip of water and all that. So I do appreciate the feedback and the input in the comments here.
This is Shazadi.
Go ahead.
There's something small that I wanted to share. Like, all these ideas are excellent, but once you have the product, what I've learned is if you want to extend their shelf life, to put them in those, those sealable freezer bags that you can find, the Glad ones or Great Value ones. That way, if you have like onions or whatever, you put them in the bag, they don't go bad as fast. They stay fresh longer. If you want to increase your shelf life of the product, you can put them in those bags and put them in the fridge. That way they don't go bad so quickly as well.
Evening is a little triggering. 7:08 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This is Cindy.
Somebody said their name just now?
This is Cindy.
Go ahead, Cindy. Sorry, I
Hey,
didn't mean
George.
to
Two real quick things. If you don't have an O&M person available or there's a wait list, I have found that with independent living skills, occupational therapists often can bill your medical insurance and they'll pay for things they help you with to learn. But the other thing is I've had my groceries delivered, and sometimes people, I don't want to say they're kind of not very nice, but I've had them throw some things in there that were damaged or out of date or, hard as a rock. So, or for example, unsalted butter or unsalted saltines, you know what I mean? And you really have to, like, your idea of checking everything, I think is real important.
Yeah, and that's, like I say, everybody, have their way of doing things. One of the reasons why I don't shop for a lot of groceries using delivery service is because I'm not sure if the person who's doing the shopping for me are going to give me the best of the pickings.
Right.
And I know some sighted folks have told me, oh, well, they can call you, they can show you a picture of it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. They can do that, but that's not going to help me. I mean, they could tell me anything. They can show me the pictures. I can't see the pictures. So now when it comes to non-perishable items, fine. Canned goods, so I don't really have to worry about cereal, chips. Yeah, that's good. But if I'm buying like produce items, I want to handle them. I want to be there in person. Unless it's something that, you really, no, I don't think there's anything. I was about to say grapes, but I'm one of those. If I'm buying grapes, I'm going to sample a couple of them. I'm going to wipe it off and try it because I want my grapes to be sweet. I do not like grapes that make me frown. So I will test them out. And I'm not sure if I tell a handler to do that, their taste buds are probably not like mine. So with produce items, I'm just speaking as an individual. I don't want to discourage anybody from doing it. If you're comfortable with it and you had great experiences, it's just me that when it comes to things like that, I want to go to the store to get it. I think about the only produce item that I probably have taken a chance on and have been quite satisfactory is HEB has you can buy this watermelon that's already cut up. They cut it up into like squares or cubes. And when I get that, I don't know how they keep their watermelon sweet and fresh year round, but it has never failed me yet. So that's one thing that I have gotten that I guess you can consider is a produce item that I would get delivered to me, and it has worked worked flawlessly. Does not have any problems with that.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, I just thought I'd quickly describe my shopping experience because I do get my groceries delivered. And I used to get them delivered by a local family grocery store, but they've now become a convenience store. So I don't go there anymore because it's way too expensive. But the local, the regional store that I do shop at now is called Hannaford's, which is all over New England. And they have their own employees do the shopping. And then Instacart does the delivery as opposed to other companies where Instacart does the shopping as well as the delivery. And I've been really happy with it. But the funny thing that I was going to describe is I used to just send in my grocery list. But now that I'm using the app, I'm actually browsing the store. And I've never been able to see what's on the store on the shelves in the grocery store my whole life. I know the basics that are there, but not the details. So it takes a while to actually, shop all the various shelves in the store. So you can't really do it all at once. But I find that when I'm browsing the store now, I'll look at everything in the produce section, everything in the dry goods section. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know they had that. Oh, I didn't know they had that. So now I'm actually getting more things than I used to get before. And it's kind of fun. But I've never been disappointed by the produce or the fresh items, mainly because the store employees do the shopping for me. But it's a really neat experience, and I find I'm actually saving money now than before. So I just thought I'd share that. And I'm also sure to make sure that I say a delivery is specifically to my front door, face to face, so they don't just leave things there. So those are just little tips that people might want to use if they're doing delivery.
Absolutely. I would definitely say, because most delivery, whatever it's DoorDash, whatever it's Instacart, or even a Walmart, if the store have like a delivery option, because some stores do have that, like Kroger's, you can go on the app and have your groceries delivered. Walmart, Target. You can go in their app and have your groceries delivered. They even have where you can go and pick it up too. Like if you're doing like an Uber, you can do like a pickup and do like a round trip on your Uber, and that way, once you have arrived through the app, they'll let you know what zone to pull up at, and they will bring it out and load it into your car. Hold on, I lost my train of thought as to why I'm even saying this. Hang on, Addie. What was that? God dug it, I lost it. It'll come back to me. Go ahead, Addie. It'll come back to me.
I just wanted to say, George, also with these Uber or Instacart, what has happened to me once I got a product, it was damaged. I went into the app, I went into the feedback section or you pull up your receipt, you tell them you have an issue. And then if a product is damaged or it's broken, whatever, then they refund you the money right away.
Yeah.
So imagine you ordered a pack of eggs, they're broken, then you can just go in and they'll refund you. They don't even ask you a question, they refund you the money right away.
Oh yeah,
So that's
yeah. A
another
lot of
positive
places,
thing.
yeah, a lot of places are doing it. That is good because even Walmart's like that. I think one time I ordered, there's a popular hot dog down here in Houston called Earl Campbell's. It's basically a large jumbo hot dog and it's kind of spicy. But one time they delivered to me one with cheddar cheese on the inside of it, and I didn't want that. So I called them and told them that they brought me the wrong thing, and I said, look, I haven't opened it. I can bring it back to you. They said, no. You just keep it. Don't worry about it. We're going to go ahead and refund you. So yeah, they're quick to not put up much of a fuss, and we'll refund you your money if something was damaged or wrong or the wrong item. Then, as it turns out, since they told me to keep it, I ended up trying it out, and actually it was pretty good. I just thought about the thing that I was leading to that I had forgotten earlier. It's a good idea to put instructions inside the app as to how you want your things delivered. For example, whatever it's Walmart, whatever it's Amazon, or whoever it is, I always have in the app the name of the complex because I do want to make sure they know exactly where they're going to. I get them directions on how to get to my building. I tell them, we enter the complex, turn left. I let them know they're going to have to text me or call me if the gate is closed because I have to open the gate with an app. And then after they do that, I give them directions on how to find my building and find my unit number. So that way there'll be no confusion or anything like that. They know. And I even tell them, please knock on the door. 8 times out of 10, delivery folks will do that. They will knock on my door, especially if I'm getting groceries delivered, because I don't want to just sitting out there. And then I don't want nobody to pick it up either. And then also how they follow my directions would also will determine how much tip they're going to get as well. Because I do like to tip delivery people, but if you don't follow the instructions, you've kind of messed up on your tip. Because there have been some folks who don't do it, whether I'm not sure they didn't read English or they just was in a hurry to get to the next drop off, whatever the case may be, because you left my watermelon sitting out there for a while that somebody could have picked up. I take offense to that.
Dawn, Gail.
Go ahead, Gail.
My question is for the stores that do the delivery. Is there delivery fees? I'm sure there is, right?
This is Jody.
The store. Yes, they are. Go ahead, Jody. I'll let you answer.
Yeah, well, Instacart charges $10, although, I've been using this app and every time I use it, they say if I buy my groceries within a certain date, they'll give me a $10 credit. So that kind of that kind of cancels out the delivery. But it's as far as tipping goes, you have the choice when you're filling out the app as to what percentage of tip that you want to give. But then the last time the girl came, it was so darn cold. I gave her $5 when she came to the door, in addition to the tip that I'd already given her, because It was so cold and I felt badly. So you can also you can do the tip through the app, but then you can also give them a little extra.
Exactly. But hold on, Abby. Gail, what I was going to say is, the reason why I say it depends on the store, because certain stores have different fees. For example, like I use ATB. ATB depends on the time of the day that you choose to have it delivered. The fee may be a little different from other times of the day. Some fees are $13.95, some are $9.95. Walmart has a thing that if you join their Walmart Plus Club or whatever, deliveries are free. Of course, you're paying $12.95 a month for the service, but if you're a part of them, your delivery is free. I don't know about Kroger's. I've never had them delivered from Kroger's or or Fiesta.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends on the store whether if there's a delivery. Okay, somebody need to go on mute, but Abby, is your turn to talk?
After dinner, she wanted
Somebody
to
needs
know
to
if
hit
you
mute.
were okay.
Yeah, this is Shazaki, but I think somebody's
Adam
unmuted.
saw you fall in the driveway. So that was Adam's truck.
Oh, that was Adam? Okay.
Yeah, that white.
Whoever's talking about Adam, you're not muted.
So I texted her back like at 8:00, and I told her that you were okay. That I didn't even know that you fell.
Somebody's having a conversation. You're not muted.
Ned, I think I'm unmuted.
I think they got us muted. They can't hear us.
Well, nevertheless, I was just gonna say that Uber or Instacart, they have like annual fee, but then once you pay the fee, you can use it as much as you want. And some of the stores don't have delivery fee. Depends on the offers. So you can check in the offers, you can check into sales. So it is very accessible. And for those that are open to trying something new, once you get used to the idea, it's pretty accessible.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is Ned.
Go ahead, Ned.
Yes, I think HEB purchased Favor, and Favor delivers, and their standard delivery fee is $10.
Oh, okay.
That's my understanding. But sometimes, like Jody said, face to face, I didn't like it leaving them around my door because sometimes I would miss a bag. I had to go with my cane to feel around where everything is. And so I said, let's do it face to face. So when I opened the door and they realized I, was visually impaired, they said, maybe I shouldn't have done this, but they said, can I bring this into your kitchen? I said, yes. So they just bring it in and put it on my island in my kitchen. So
yeah, I think it depends on the delivery person, how comfortable they are. Some of them, I don't know if they give them instructions. Don't go into somebody's unit, but some of them will offer that. They say, where you want me to place them. That's why it's important to leave pinpoint directions on not only how to find, if you live in an apartment like I do, how to find you. Quick story. I felt real bad one time. I think I had an incident like Jody did. There was what happens to me a lot in the area of Houston that I live is there's a lot of Spanish speaking delivery people, and my Spanish is very limited. I don't think I know enough to hold a conversation, but I know a few phrases and words here and there. And so sometimes, they may call me and they say, speak in Spanish. I'm like, I don't know. And so, but fortunate for me, a lot of my neighbors do speak Spanish. And I think there was a guy, I had a lot of bags too. I had ordered a lot of stuff this particular time. It's like about $80 worth of stuff. But this guy was just walking. I guess he parked somewhere and he just walking, carrying the products. Cause I was trying to go find him. It was like about 10 minutes. I'm trying to not only give him directions with the limited Spanish that I didn't know how to find my building, how to find my unit. He still wasn't getting it. And, he just happened and then I heard him. I don't know if he, I was able to run across, we have a valet trash pickup. And that guy spoke Spanish, so I gave him my phone and asked him, can he give him directions on how to find the building? And I guess, they talked enough language to each other, so he was able to find. I could hear him walking down the hall, carrying the bags. So because he was patient, because some delivery people do get impatient, or they look for a way to keep your stuff. I'm not sure. It could be a combination of them both. But he was walking around and found my complex. So although I gave him a tip through the app, I gave him a tip in cash as well because I just felt better. He's carrying all this stuff all over the place trying to find my unit. So, when someone go the extra mile like that, and I know it's a lot of work that they're doing, I do tend to show my appreciation because I have no idea what the rate is, what they're getting paid to provide the service that I'm asking them for.
This is Janice, the other Janice.
Go ahead, other Janice.
I was going to say I have had delivery, and my experiences have been extremely good. And at this particular, it's called Voila is the name of the delivery service, and it's with Sobeys. Now, this is in Canada, in Ontario. And they have this policy that if you are blind, there's no delivery fee whatsoever. which is nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. And they also have something that when you order your groceries and you're ordering them regularly, they have a file on you. And so on that file, it says, I don't want my bananas too ripe. I don't want my tomatoes too ripe. And I never had any problem when they've always come. They've been correct. So they're obviously looking at the notices on my file.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. That is a very nice app. That's nice. If I lived in Canada, I would definitely use that app. And I'm great. We're talking about app because it actually was part of my outline that I have here. That we was going to be talking about apps to use to help you do your shopping. Some of us already mentioned, like Lena mentioned about using Ira. Most of us talked about Ira. Most of us have talked about Be My Eyes. Be My Eyes is good because you can use the AI portion or you can use the live person because, Be My Eyes is totally free. And the Be My Eyes AI feature is pretty good. It's good at describing stuff. It even will read some of the text information about the product that you have taken a picture of. It not only would it identify the product, it also would tell you what's written on the sticker, the price, how many pounds it is. And it even also would tell you, because I guess it does like a wide angle, it'll start describing all kind of other things that are around the thing that you have taken a picture of. But when I'm in the store, I use the Be My Eyes app not only to make sure it's reading to me. Like if I'm getting chicken, if the chicken package is too cold that I cannot tell if I've got breast or if I have thighs, the Be My Eyes app, the AI portion will tell me that. The CNAI, I use it for, there's a product feature that it will scan it and it will read the barcode, and whatever information is on that barcode, it'll read that to you. That way you can get all of the information that's on that particular barcode sticker. Not only it'll tell you what's written on the package, like how many fat grams, how many sugars, how much calories, the weight, the size, and what the product is itself. If there are directions on how to prepare something that you've gotten, like a turkey or some sort of kind of meal, it'll read that to you in a product button on the CNAI app. I can't remember Be My Eyes AI does that or not. I think it does. I think someone told me it does, but I haven't. Oh, I think the Ira AI would also perform like the CNAI app does, as far as taking a picture of something and describing it to you. It even tell you colors. So if I'm in a store, I might find myself using all sorts of kind of apps. And thanks to, was it Janice or somebody who told me about the Orion app? I may start using it. I may start using the AnyList. I may even start telling my A-lady to, create my grocery list. And then, yes, somebody was asking how you have to probably go into the Alexa app. I said the word. I apologize if you guys' devices got triggered. But you can go into that particular app, and it may be a spot within the app where your list has been sent to. That way you can retrieve it and, like Jody, share it to whoever is shopping for you as well. Somebody mentioned another app that I totally forgot. I should have written it down. Not the lady in Canada.
Gemini?
Mm-hmm.
No, I remember Gemini. I haven't used Gemini. I don't know. Gemini scares me. And I have no wrong reason why it does, but I just haven't tried it yet. I've heard it on other folks' devices. I've heard it on commercials. I just haven't dove into trying it out yet. TapTapSee is a very old app. I haven't used it in a long time, but I know it just takes pictures. Pictures of that you can send to somebody, because you actually can send the pictures of that you've taken with TapTapSee. I know they've made some enhancement. I'm going to tell you how long I've had TapTapSee. TapTapSee used to cost. You used to have to pay for TapTapSee, but now it's free. And I think it used to cost, was it $19.99 or $11.99, something like that. Go ahead.
Lena.
Lena, go ahead.
Do you use cash reader, like to see how much money, like to identify dollar bills?
I don't use. I do use that if I've forgotten, because I normally will organize my cash if I'm going to use cash. But I also will use either the Be My Eyes AI app or I use the Seeing AI, because Seeing AI has a currency feature. Now, when you go into the currency feature, you just hold the dollar bill in front of the camera, and like less than 5 seconds, it'll tell you $1, $5, $10, whatever you got. It'll read it to you, pretty quickly.
This is Jody.
Yes, Jody.
The Treasury Department has an app called iNote, EYENOTE, and that is an app that was developed by the Treasury Department to read currency.
Okay. I think I have heard of that. I don't think I have it on my phone, but I have heard it. I used to have something called the iBuGS too, but I've lost it and have never bought another one because of all of the apps. Go ahead, Ned.
Yes, I use iNote on Jody's recommendation, and it is very good. And I think the app we were trying to remember was that AnyList that Jody mentioned earlier in the call.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
This is Carol.
Hey, Carol.
I use my Meta glasses when I'm using for bills and things. Yeah, I use Meta glasses all the time when I want.
Yeah, I'm hating on you because I don't have a pair yet.
Okay, yeah, but those are going to be very. Bills are very helpful when it comes to dollar bills. You just got to make sure, because sometimes if you say, it's a $5 bill, and then you take your glasses off focus and you come back, and it may be a $20 bill, he'll still say, oh, it's a $5 bill. You just got to make sure that, that you at least check it 2 or 3 times just to make sure.
Yes, because it can phantom. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get me a pair. I'm not hating on you in a real hate way. I just told you guys some I don't, but I definitely will going to get me some. Yeah. I've used someone else's, so that's how I got sold on them.
Gotcha. Okay.
They shouldn't have showed them to me. I wouldn't even think about it anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Meta glasses are definitely good.
Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
I want to go back to something Janice was saying about the Voila app, and this is related to Instacart. Like I said, I usually get most of my stuff at Instacart that's not produce or anything, but every now and then I do get something like milk. And as you were talking about, with something like milk, you want to make sure it's not going to expire the next day. So one thing Instacart does is for each item you're ordering, you have a note section you can put in for every item. And so, for example, the milk, I'll say, I don't say get a milk that has an expiration date of at least 7 days from today. You don't want them to have to do the math. I just say no expiration date earlier than January 28th, so, it makes it easy for them. And when you do put these little notes for the items that you buy regularly on Instacart, they're saved. So you go back to it. For example, if you do get bananas from Instacart in the note section, you'll say, no overripe pungent bananas, and you give a little more description of what you want. That'll stay. But if you put an expiration date like I do for an item like milk, you just got to remember to go back into the note and kind of adjust the date from the, because the date's moved on beyond the time you last ordered the item. So that's one thing I do like about Instacart is you could put in personalized notes for items that need some more explanation for the shopper. And for the most part, they do adhere to it pretty good. And if they and I know that because they'll say, well, we don't have a milk that's expiration date in January 28th, but we have one for January 26th. And so I'll say, okay, I'll get that one. So it's a good feature.
Voila. That's what she was saying. I couldn't make it out when she was saying, I know there was an app called Voila.
Yeah, Voila.
Voila. Sort of like what a magician would say when he pulls the rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah. Because how you spell Voila? W-A-L-A?
No, V-O-I-L-A. V as in Victor. Voila. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Never knew. I never read the word. That's why I didn't know how it was spelled.
Mm-hmm. This is Janice again.
Go ahead.
I would like somebody's help in what I'm concerned about, if I'm going into the grocery store and trying to get things myself, how on earth can you be sure that when you go to reach for an item, that you're not going to knock a bunch of other things down? Because they are on the shelf, and there can be a number of them on top of the other, etc. So especially if you're, doing things like pickles or something like that, anything that's in a glass jar, how can you be sure that you're not going to knock something else off?
It just be very careful. This is what I do, because things like you mentioned pickles, like you mentioned sometimes canned goods, some stores stack them, and so I will say as you're looking, as you're reaching for something, just reach, not too aggressive. Be very careful. Make sure you're reaching up if you can. I don't know your height, but if you can reach the top of the stack, and just make sure to be careful not to grab too many or reach too roughly. Make sure you get in the very top one of the pickings instead of reaching like just on the bottom, because if you reach like the bottom part, then there will be an avalanche.
Yeah. Yes.
So it is possible. You just have to be extremely careful as you're looking to put your hand on the item to make sure you got the top of it and not something in the middle. And now hopefully not too high up either, that you can reach it as well.
Right. Okay. Just a question.
No, not a problem at all. Questions are definitely welcome. Comments are definitely welcome. All right. We got like about 10 minutes left. Anybody have any other apps they want to bring to the floor that help when it comes to shopping? Or if you're going to be in the store having it delivered? Go ahead, Lena.
There's a cash braille. So you put the cash and you would cash braille labeler.
A cash braille labeler?
It's a cash braille label. It's a device a very device. Let's say you get a dollar bill and you look see in the eye, okay. Then you would write in and you label, this is $1.
Okay, it's like a braille labeler?
Yeah.
Okay.
It has 6 dots. You type it like a braille writer. It's the size of a stapler.
Oh, okay. Okay, I have not seen
Cash label.
They used a device I had mentioned earlier called the Ibills, which before all these apps that we have right now that you can scan and tell you something quick. I liked it because it was small. It's about the size of maybe a little bit bigger than a box of matches. And basically you just insert one end of the bill into it and press the 2 buttons on the side. And I say like in 2 seconds, it's telling you what the denomination of the bill is. And I used to just carry it around in my pocket. It even had a keychain. If you wanted to put it on your key ring, you could. I didn't do that, but I don't know what happened. I think either fell out my pocket and somebody was glad it fell out my pocket because they kept it. And I think you can get those from the your coordinating state library of Congress, that you can actually get them for free still. I know it was like a year ago. I don't know if that still is available right now. They probably have gone out of production because, like with anything, if artificial intelligence has improved so much and things are so available on our smart devices, our iPhones and our Androids, that they stop productions of
This is Jody.
Hey, Jody.
Yeah, you can call your local regional library and ask them to order you one.
Yeah, this is Dawn. Yes,
Dawn.
I just actually got one recently, so I know they're still doing it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. And as I say, if I had one, I probably would still use it. Because to me, it was quicker than like when I used my CNI and a currency reader, to read the thing that I built. It was instant. iNote, I need to try it because I think I do know about iNote and I've seen it demonstrated, but I just haven't used it on my phone yet. So I probably will get to see how rapid it does as identifying the paper currency.
It'll even tell you back.
Oh, okay.
$1 back, $1 front.
Oh, okay. Tells you what side you're on.
It's Jan.
This is Sandhya.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Hello?
Sandhya.
Yeah, did you already talk about folding techniques for money? You know, we talked about a lot of tech.
No, we haven't talked about that at all.
But, you know, or you could have like, you know, they have different denominations are folded in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's like a standard practice, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know. For me, at least, I make up a system and then I forget what my system is. So that's not obviously the way to go. But hopefully, you know, there's some kind of rhyme to it. So
no,
anyway.
when I was a teacher, and I know somebody else called for the floor, I when I'll tell people about the folding method, I says I'm gonna tell you one, but basically this is just something as an idea. Now you develop your own system. Like somebody will fold their $5 bills twice. Someone else may fold their $5 bills long ways, you know, vertical. I said, you pick your system, but whatever you pick, stick to it. That way, that help you to keep organizing your paper currency. But there's like no one universal way. Somebody could write one and probably just go with that. But when I taught people how to organize their currency, I will give them an example of one and let them know, like, you pick one. And if they do pick one, then I'll make notes and we'll make sure that they're sticking to the system that they picked. It was a gentleman. Who wanted the floor?
Oh, this is Jody with a quick comment.
Go ahead.
I always get 1s, 5s, and 10s and nothing bigger. And then that way it makes things less likely to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm. And these days, I rarely carry a lot of currency on me, paper currency on me. It's just safer.
Yeah.
That's a choice that I choose to make. And then, and then now I just always have my card with me because if somebody was to, if I was to unfortunately get pickpocketed, they're going to just be practicing because I can easily shut the card down, but they ain't going to get much cash. Not going to get much cash that I'm going to really fall out and cry about.
Hi, this is Carol again. Hello.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was wanted to know if you had a Department of Rehabilitation Services. I know in our area that they use that company to help them purchase, or they'll purchase your glasses for you, or Meta glasses.
What city are you in?
Department of Rehabilitation Services.
I know. What city?
Oh, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually do work for vocational rehab services, but the Meta glasses has not been approved yet in the state.
Gotcha.
They're doing the testing. This is looking close, but they haven't approved for us to try to acquire them for folks yet. We're hoping it would because they cost a whole lot less than the other product that we actually are able to get for folks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a difference of $3,000. So we've been pushing it.
Wow. Yeah, they cost us they want some for me, and they were like $325.
Oh yeah. Meta glasses are definitely affordable. And it will save folks' budgets a whole lot, but I'm going on the soapbox here that it probably shouldn't go down.
Right.
But I just wish they hurry and go ahead and improve it because the things that we do get, that we are able to get for folks, it just is more expensive. And to me, I don't think it's that much better.
Gotcha.
But that's just my speaking for one.
Okay. Thank you.
This is Janice. I'd just
Go
like
ahead,
to make one comment if I
Go
can.
ahead, sure.
So from here, again, in Canada, and maybe some of you know that our money, our bills feel like plastic. They don't feel like paper. They feel like plastic. And on each denomination, they have like the Braille cubes. So you can tell, for instance, there would be just one Braille cube for a $5 bill, and there'd be 2 Braille cubes for a $10 bill.
Okay.
And so all we have to do is to determine what the amount is just feel with our fingers on the bill, and it tells us right away what the denomination is.
That is so awesome. I wish I had that here.
Yeah, I've been well aware that Canada currency is definitely accessible for those who are blind or visually impaired. I know some companies, because I've been to some of the national conventions of the advocacy organizations, and there'd be somebody demonstrating of an idea of what an accessible bill would look like that they're still trying to get approved for here in the U.S., which I wish they would hurry up and do because it'd make life a lot more easier. But what they have in Canada, I wish they did have something like that here.
Well, I've been down visiting in the States many, many times and carrying your bills, your current, and it all looks exactly the same.
It is. It's all 2 inches by 6 inches.
Yeah.
Or 6 inches by 2 inches, whatever goes first.
But it all looks the same. Where ours are different colors for the denomination. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that.
This is we're about wrapping it up, but I just wanted to mention. I mean, everybody's aware about the bad weather coming, so probably people are going to be going to the grocery stores. The news that I saw today, they're saying that stores are running out of different basic supplies like milk, bread, and whatever. So that is something to keep in mind. So probably good timing on your part, but hopefully everybody stays safe,
Yeah. And it was actually, you know what? This topic was worked out well because that way now somebody may want to go to the store and
we all need to go to the store. Yeah. Yeah. So
our high on Saturday is going to be 5 degrees.
See, that's why I left Kansas City because I couldn't stand that stuff. I mean, I was at a bus stop at 5 degrees. And that was not fun.
It's minus 30 degrees here where I'm living.
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Yeah, she's in Canada. Yeah.
Sorry?
He's asking, is it Celsius or Fahrenheit? I would think that's Fahrenheit, right?
No.
Oh, Celsius. Oh, dear.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
right. It's Fahrenheit. It's Fahrenheit.
It is Fahrenheit.
Otherwise, you'd be like,
yeah,
that's cold.
Okay, sorry,
Man, you said minus 30?
Yeah, with the wind chill. They say with the wind chill. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cold.
Yeah, I'm not going outside.
Supposed to get 5 inches.
Okay, hang
Robert?
on. Let's go back to announcing people. Okay, go, Robert. Yeah, there you go. Okay, George.
Well, if you encounter a temperature of minus 40, you don't have to ask the question. It's Celsius or Fahrenheit.
You're right. You're absolutely right on that note. If it was that, forget what the temperature is.
And I remember when I was in college in upstate New York, there were a couple of times we hit minus 40.
Oh, yeah. Geez. Well, listen, guys. Yeah, we are at the end. I thank everybody. I thank all you guys contributing to the conversation. Both Janices, Lena, Ned, Jody. I shouldn't even be naming names, so I'm not going to forget somebody. But thank you, everybody, for chiming in. Appreciate you guys being here. I guess you guys helped me out. That I can rest my voice a little bit from time to time. That's why I like everybody. I like audience participation. Every presentation that I do, I always, even if it's in person, and Cassandra, you can tell you, I always engage the audience. That makes it more fun. And it also makes people be receptive and the information sticks with you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It was very, very interesting.
Thank you, George. Great job.
Yeah, this is thank you, George. We had a great turnout tonight. It was 31 people here. I don't know where they're coming from, but we are happy that they're here.
We're coming from Kansas.
I think so. Missouri.
Going shopping.
Missouri. Well, we all want to go shopping. Exactly. And I wanted to just reiterate for the new people, you can visit our website, ibugtoday.org, ibugtoday.org. You can get on our mailing list. So we do 25 events every month. So this is just one of many. So I hope that y'all will participate. It was great having you here. A refresher on what's happening this weekend. Tomorrow is the movie, One Battle After Another. It's an audio-described movie. We do a new movie, or it can be an old movie, but it is a movie nevertheless. Every week, a new movie, so come and check it out. It's got lots of people in it, but I'd only remember Leonardo DiCaprio. So what does that say? I don't know. But and the show and tell Apple accessories, our show and tell Apple workshop will be on Saturday, 2 to 4 Central Time, and we're going to be talking about lots of different cool devices that our fellow iBug members have found helpful and want to share with other people. And those are our events for this weekend. So we hope you'll come. And yes,
Alexa.
And questions are all the calls are on the same Zoom conference.
Alexa.
So we are going to say goodnight.
Stop.
All right. Thank you.
Good night. Thank
Good
you,
night.
Sonia. Thank you,
Good
Sonia.
night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Sandra.